once in a while. So good morning. Welcome. It's Irreverent Knits. I am Tracy from Low Country Shrimp and Knits, and with me is Judy from Maggie Loves Yarn. And we're so glad you're here joining us. Today we're going to talk about good, easy, quick holiday gifts. And there's a ton to choose from. So we're going to kind of talk about that. We'll talk about some new yarns that are coming in and what they're good for, some one skein projects and different things. And of course, as always, we'll fill you in on what we've been working on and, some anecdotes with our life, because this is really more of a talk show.
It's been one of those weeks.
I feel like
she's like, at me, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
and I'm trying to cast on this project, and I'm like, maybe I should wait. Maybe I should just wait a little bit because it's so tight. I can't even.
Yeah, and I'm ripping back 9 rows, and I only needed to rip back 6, and I'm like,
we've lived.
So did we finish anything this week? Hell no.
Oh God, I barely started. I mean, So if you subscribe to my newsletters, you'll see I did do something over the weekend. So if you like a little bit of occasional, I don't send them often because I have so many darn things.
It was the pictures that went with it.
Well, the pictures told the story, and it was a tale of, oh my God. So
kind of went right along with the Christmas stocking kit.
It really went along with where I am in my life. So I'll fill you in on that in just a few minutes. So, but otherwise it's been a weird, I feel like this week was especially weird. It was full moon, eclipse, and,
is it an eclipse?
Yeah, there was an eclipse too. And I feel like it brought some real,
probably because we were putting together that stupid bed.
How to make a bed in 700 million steps. Do we need this thing really? Does this go into anything?
I don't know. We got it together. We only had 1 screw left over, and we know where it goes, and it's like it's not going there.
You know what? It's fine. Do you have liability insurance? You'll be fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's 1 screw, and if it makes the bed squeak, I'll put some duct tape on it. I don't care.
Gum glue. It'll all come together.
And I did read the instructions ahead. I read all the reviews ahead of time, and they said lay out all the screws so you got them. You know what? I did. Okay. I laid out all the pieces, got it just right, numbered, put the numbers in the pile, got all little bags. We're ready to go. And people were like, well, if you do all that, it only takes about 45 minutes.
Lies!
2 hours later, we're still like, but you know what? It was really good. He goes, it was good. I said, yeah, no divorce was filed.
That's good.
No screaming or yelling. There was a big tall glass of wine when I said, let's stop for the night.
Yes, we need to take a break.
Finish it tomorrow. And we did. We finished it. And it looks really good.
Yeah. That's like when I was right out of college, I needed some shelving. And so the only thing I could afford was IKEA, and they were great. They were great shelves, but I had to put them all together, and it's leaning and it's push. I'm like,
this was, and like I told my husband, he goes, well, I'll just do it. I said, no, you can't, because everybody says
2 people.
It takes 2 people because you got to hold one side, because there's all these rails and everything. And I said, I don't understand how people can say that. And he goes, because they're rich enough to hire somebody to put it together for them, or they're rich enough that they buy one already built. See, this is the guest room. If it falls apart, that's good. They leave earlier.
That's right. You were like, see, so sad for you. It's good to see you, but it's also good to see you leave.
I know. When we were looking at it, we went up to Wiley's where we got the couch, and they're so funny up there. And she goes, well, how about this one? I said, I don't want anything that comfortable. She goes, well, why not? I said, I don't really want them to stay that long. I just don't want them on the floor.
Yeah.
And they're like, gotcha. Come on over here and look at this line.
1 step above floor.
Yeah.
Floor. A nest, as my children used to make a nest. We're making a nest. So yeah, we've got a lot of good things to talk about today. Of course, the holidays are coming up, but you can't just start to plan for the holidays, 5 minutes before the holiday. Not that we don't have people that do that. There are people that go, I need to make 14 hats for Friday. We're like,
I listened to Christmas music on the way in.
Did you really?
Yeah, 98.7 the river.
You really?
And it helped because people were calling me, trucks were going in and out. I'm like, I can stay calm.
Christmas music. I'm not ready. I got to get through. See, the Christmas music right now stresses me out because then I think I have to do all this Christmas shopping and planning and preparing. I need to get through Thanksgiving.
See, I'm just at the point where you want a gift card, you get a gift card.
But yeah, well, I've got
my kids are out of the house though. They're grown.
Oh yeah,
and
well,
I've got kids are teenagers and they just want gas cards. So
that's easy. But yeah, no. So my oldest daughter, she is very much into musical theater. In fact, her show is next week, so that's kind of exciting. But she, for her gift, wanted us to sign her up for there is a Sweeney Todd musical that she's going to perform in. But of course, it's kind of like this class thing. So you have to pay a pretty penny for that too.
Oh, is it really? Is that the one down in Savannah?
Yeah.
Oh, Savannah.
So, but she really wants it, and it's this musical that she's been absolutely dying to be part of. I'm like, okay, happy holidays. So that's done.
Oh, good.
And the
That's
other one, just like, I just want Lululemon. I'm like, gift certificate it is. So
what?
Lululemon.
Oh, Lululemon.
Lululemon, as you call it.
You know,
but,
like Bobby Vaughn,
yes,
Bob Evans.
yes, yes. It's very classy.
What was the other one? Oh, bouquet for Bucky's.
Oh, bouquet.
The Southerners say bouquet.
So let's talk easy holiday gifts, things that take either one skein or not a lot of work, can be done in an afternoon, a quick weekend, things like that. So the first and foremost one, and we have several classes coming up, they're just called quick hits. Quick hits meaning that you can get them done in a really good, quick fashion. So if you've got to get something out the door, you need to mail it, you've got a certain time that you need to work on it. These are great gifts for that. So the first one Judy grabbed, we call this one I think we're just going to call it Tracy's beachy hat, because I wrote the pattern. And the reason I wrote the pattern is because I was so tired. We have so many people that are like, this pattern's not working. The top isn't working.
We've been on a spell of those lately.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, this pattern's not working. I can't get the top to have, because at the top, when you do all the decreases, it should make some type of a pretty closure, but not like a point. So, there are some tricks to it, but it just should be an easy project. So I wrote a pattern. In fact, our friend Denise told me I should be putting this thing on Ravelry. So maybe I'll write it up quickly and throw it on Ravelry. So, because it really is so easy. It's really almost like brainless. And that's how I feel like a hat should be. It shouldn't be so complicated.
Yeah, that's a pretty simple one.
Very simple pattern, super simple pattern. So we've got this. It is one skein, and it is upside down and backwards, but this is Lang's Snowflake Multicolor. And so I chose this one because I really feel like it looks like the beaches here on Hilton Head Island. So it's these colors. They are self-patterning. They're called Snowflake because they have these kind of little snowflakey things that go through
it. See the seagulls?
The seagull, I see it just ate my fry and laughed at me. And yes.
Yeah, I got to get a skein of that before you're out again.
So I know it sells out this quickly. There have some other skeins. So I got this one, which is kind of the antithesis. It's bright and it's poppy. It's going to look similar, but of course with different colors. So
this one would look cute with a pom-pom.
Absolutely.
This one, not so much, I don't think. Somebody showed it with a pom-pom, and I didn't really like it.
But you could do, I only have a dark pom-pom.
Well, that's what they did it with, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, we'll see. We got this big kind of.
See, I think it takes away. Well, maybe not. The brown.
I think the brown is not too bad. I don't know.
Sometimes I like pom-poms, sometimes I don't.
And sometimes people don't like pom-poms that you're making for. So you could always send it and just be like, let me know if you want to attach this. So this is it. So this is a quick pattern, very easy to do. I got this done in just a few hours.
This one just reminds me of citrus.
Citrus, really?
Citrus, yeah. There's got the orange and look at it, a summer fruit salad. Look at it.
Oh, that does look like with the watermelon colors and grapes and all that. Yeah, so that's a quick, easy pattern. So the next one Judy did, and she says it looks more difficult than it is.
It's so easy.
We're going to have this one too. This one is a kind of a Latvian braid. Okay, so it's got this cowl.
Called Tango Braided Cowl.
Tango braided cowl, and
so quick because it's size 11 needles. It really I started over because I hadn't done a Latvian braid for a while, and I didn't like the way that was looking.
Yeah,
and it would have been fine, but I ripped it out and started over. But otherwise, you could do this in an afternoon.
So, and
Three
this one
episodes of Sweet Magnolia or The Good Witch, which is what I'm watching.
I don't even get me started on my show. I'm so addicted to it. It's like keeping me up at night. But so we ended up going. You can go with lots of colors. The pattern does go for, I think, was it about 5 of these braids?
Which is too much for down here.
It's way too much for down south. But if you've got someone that likes a nice, cozy, squishy thing around their neck, this is.
It said 5 colors. I used 4.
Yeah, so you can mix it. Yeah, we use these. So we went with this. We went with Ultra Alpaca Chunky. This is a Berroco line. So this is a nice, good, squishy. It's not that scratchy feeling up against your skin. This one is Alpaca Natural. And the other 2 are Ultra Alpaca Chunky. So if you're looking for these patterns, these colors, reach out to me and I'll be happy to send you what the actual numbers are.
In Latvian braid, I was always scared of it because it always looked so complicated. And the first time I did it, I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's
Why was I so nervous about this?
Yeah, that was it. So, I'm excited to teach you it because you're going to go, really?
That's
all
it.
there?
Yeah.
That's it.
So we've got that class coming up too. But again, if this is something that you're just looking for a quick hit and you want to have something to send out the door that people go, oh my God, I love that so much. This is one of those projects.
How much time did you spend on this?
Oh my
3
goodness.
episodes of whatever I was watching at the moment.
So this project, if you have somebody special in your life that you want to spoil rotten, this is because this is not an inexpensive project. And because the yarn is so gorgeous, but it's not cheap, I made a tiny baby one. But so this would not fit. You would need to do two skeins of each color. So this was a church mouse just pattern, and I just kind of threw it into a cowl style. But so it is church mouse yarn pattern, and it's just for a little cowl. So this is Lang Cashmere Light. It is, it's beautiful to work with. It's so soft. It really, everyone comes in and goes, oh my gosh, not cheap, but
and then they
really
go, okay, so where's the Berroco?
Right, they're like, what? Oh, that's a little out of my price range. But if this is your luxury gift, so we've got it in black.
This is either for you or someone
that
really
you really
special.
and will appreciate.
Yeah, that will appreciate it.
Appreciate
and not throw it in
it.
the washing machine.
Oh God, no! That thing would be like, now you think this one's small. Okay. We also have, these were the two colors that I used of the Lang Cashmere Light. We also have this beautiful
That's a gorgeous
color.
It's
and
kind
in
of a
fact,
mauve.
it is, yeah, it's this really beautiful color. And in fact, we have someone here that is making it for a tiny baby hat. And that would be decadent, but so squishy. Yeah, it's so squishy, and it's just,
she's a grandma.
Just beautiful. So that's a quick hit again. And again, it is a cowl pattern, but I threw it in. I just made it much smaller because I didn't want to.
Just as a sample.
Just a sample, so you can see what it knits up like. But at the same time, I still have the inventory. So that again is something. There's a lot of other fun kits that are out there here. This one we have in shop. This is Wonderland Yarns. It is a sushi scarf kit. So it comes with all these beautiful colors and the pattern. The pattern's right here in it. And what it does is when you roll it up at the end, you can see it looks like a rolled up thing of sushi. So this is a great pattern too.
And cute when they open it.
Oh, so cute.
It looks like a sushi. And
yeah.
Like,
especially for the the sushi lovers in your life and things like that. So this is available. We've got this on our website, shrimpandknits.com, and I will ship. So get on this, people. This is good stuff. I only have a couple of these. So now we'll go into this one first. So this one is just I think the Mobius cowl pattern.
It's not a Mobius.
It's not a Mobius. It's just a regular. So it's just
because if it was Mobius, it would be twisted.
Yeah. No, but so this is just a nice quick knit, and this is really fun yarn. So this is Universal yarn. This is Bamboo Bloom hand paints, and they have, what's cool about it is it's got these very different textures. So some of it's really thick and some of it's really thin. So how you knit it, you don't need to be fancy because the yarn's what's fancy about it. So this is really just knit and purl.
Shoot.
Did you? Yeah, I think you purled the.
It was a pattern, but you don't really need a pattern.
Yeah.
I just cast on, I think, 130 or so stitches, joined it in the round, and then you knit. And then whenever you come to a thick part, you purl it. And that's all you do.
So Bamboo Bloom has a lot of really cool. So I have this one here.
The Afterthought cowl or something like that.
Maybe. This one's Fuji. Okay. I've got this one here, which is the one that we made pattern out of. Bamboo
Someday
Bloom.
I may get to wear it. I don't know.
Probably not. Emperor is that one. We've got this one here, which is really fun and squishy.
That's pretty. The pinks and grays.
If
you have a gray sweater.
Oh my gosh. Just gorgeous.
Wouldn't that just.
And it's really soft. It's really soft because it's bamboo. And because you don't have to worry about it growing because it's something that even if it grows a little bit, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, this goes really fast also. It uses big needles. What size needles does it say?
For these, I feel like it's it says 9s, 10s, but
I think I use 10s.
Yeah, I've done a project with them too, and it knits up quickly. And you want it to be kind of loopy looking because it's gonna anyway. So you wouldn't want it to be too tight.
This would be cool in a cardigan though, like this, a very loose cardigan.
This is another colorway we have here. This is called Dragon. And then the last colorway that we have currently in stock is Arigato.
That'd be sharp on black.
Arigato. So
that's got a little bit of a tinsel in it, doesn't it?
It looks like it.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Little
I
tinsel.
don't think there's any in this.
A little
there
bit.
is right
Yeah.
there.
So it's got, but it's just got a lot of really funky designs that are, kind of within this one thing. So this is a statement piece. It's not about your knitting. It is about the yarn. So
it's somebody's a good friend that you open it up and go, oh, my good friend Tracy, who's the librarian where I used to teach. I always get her something really pretty, and she always sends me a picture. I wore it today.
And see,
and she's had
someone
students come up
appreciates
and go,
this.
did you knit that? And she goes, no, but my good friend did.
Yeah, you want to give anything you work on to somebody who understands the time and the effort and the money that goes into it, because handmade gifts aren't cheap.
Nope, Tracy, you always appreciate.
Yeah, handmade gifts aren't cheap, and I've spent time making things and spending the money to get the good yarn and taking like, oh, I'm going to use these stitches, and you put the time and the thought and the love, and then they're like, oh, thanks. I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't want.
Go
thanks
somewhere and see how much I hand.
Thanks. Like I want. You want something, even if you hate it, somebody made something, pretend like it's the best thing ever because they were doing it for you, right? So give it to someone that will appreciate that you took the time and the effort and the money, mostly the time to get this done, and that appreciates it. So those are a couple quick hits. So I got some bamboo bloom in too, since it's right in front of me. This is bamboo pop. And so this is all bamboo. It is really, really soft. So I got kind of different colors. This one almost looks like, I think Geode is the name of this one. And so this one's got it's just really soft. Bamboo pop is just really, really, really soft. Here's one of the other colorways. We got this pink boy and this little, I think Meadow is the name of this one.
I like that Meadow.
I do
too.
That
Meadow looks like the meadow that was the...
Manos.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just love these colors because they're nice.
Name it Meadow. It
has to have it has to look like you're stepping through flowers and sneezing a lot, because that's what would happen to me in a meadow. They'd be like, why did she die? Well, she's sneezed to death. She sneezed to death, and that's just how she went. She was happy because she loves nature so much. Nature. We got some other fun quick hits if you want to do something with a little bit of a chunky yarn. Again, these little patterns just for an easy cowl or an easy kind of thing, a hat. These are great. They are nice and they're big and chunky. So we've got this one in, which is called Hanukkah. I just thought the colors were absolutely gorgeous. We had Christmas as well, and it sold out immediately. It sold out immediately. So I'll have
reds and greens.
That was
and
beautiful.
Grays,
yeah. I'll have to get some more of that in stock. This is Urth yarns, and it is unique, but this is worsted weight.
And I love blue and silver at Christmas time. I really, really do.
Yeah, this is self-striping too, so it makes really beautiful. And the yarn is just, it's a great yarn. It really is a great yarn. We also got this in from Urth Yarns, but this one is the Galatea. It is nice and chunky and thick. I'm a blues and greens kind of girl. I gotta feel like if you're down here at the beach, you need to have
blues, greens, and tans.
Absolutely. So there's this one here. And the other one we got in from Urth Yarns, this one is a super bulky. It's called Kuzu. And this one is just a fun, again, nature.
Kuzu.
Whoop. So, so those are great one skein things. This is Fibra Natura, which is through Universal yarns. They have a bunch of these, and there's quite a bit of yardage on them. I mean, it's not a cheap yarn, but you are getting, let me see,
600 and something,
612 yards. So I mean, this is a good
shawl.
This is definitely enough for a shawl. I made a sweater out of, I think, two skeins. When I made I think it was a top. No, it was a long sleeve sweater. I made a long sleeve sweater and I only needed 2 skeins of this. So I've gotten these colors in too. This one here.
Somebody gifted me some yarn in this colorway.
It's so pretty.
And at the time I was like, oh, I don't know. And I really never came up with anything for it. So I gave it to someone who did. But when you knit it up, it makes the neatest little pattern.
Oh, it's really gorgeous. It's not striping. It's just kind of this almost like a
kaleidoscope.
Yeah, it's really funky. So this is good. This is a DK weight. But don't be afraid of it. You can always play with a little bit bigger needles with DK. Depends on how tight.
Yeah, that's kind of a deceptive, because it could go DK, it could go heavy fingering and use like a 4. I would say you could go all the way up from 4 to 7s on that, even 3s.
Yep, I think you could definitely go down to 3s. I know I could, because I knit like I'm trying to strangle somebody. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. And there's a great amount of yardage on it. So you can get a lot of projects. You could get hat and mittens. Hat and mittens. It should be enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, a shawl, you could do a scarf. You know, we are looking at a few patterns. We're going to talk about them for different types of gloves. So these are fun. These are fun. And if you just want a gift, this is enough that you could give to just somebody this and then be like, you know, it's instead of giving someone just one tiny little, you know, with just a little bit of yarn, this is enough that you can say, there's several things you could come up with for a gift for this.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? If you're giving it to a yarn knitter yourself or a lover, just one of these.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to come up with a pattern and a ton, you know, 3, because sometimes it's really pretty to be gifted one skein.
Yeah.
But then you go, what do
I do with this one skein?
If you give them this,
yeah.
They're like,
it's like getting 2 skeins almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be harder to get something like this where there isn't quite as much yardage. And you're like, okay, well, now I need to either find something that complements it
like
with the colors.
Too.
Yeah. So this would be better if you have a specific project in mind and you can hand them with the pattern involved. But and this just gives them to love. They don't even have to knit it. They just pat it. I mean, that's how it works.
Put little eyes on it and it looks like a pet.
Machine washable too. Don't let me forget that.
Yeah, that'd make a great gift just to somebody
machine
who's
washable. Yeah. So Fibra Natura,
like a gift exchange or something, and you know,
you're just trying to get something that's a good yarn but solid and some good yardage. This is great. And again, it's I know I say this ad nauseum, and you're like, I know, Tracy. At least that's what my daughter is. Mommy, I know for everything. She's been lovely lately. Yay, teenagers.
Oh, you gotta watch Sandra Morgan.
My God. You know, I think I was breathing too loud the other day. Boy, did I get yelled at because clearly my other daughter's the favorite because she had my younger one had a couple very, very bad grades on something. It's this math program. I digress as I do. IXL, which is the devil because it's one of these programs when you answer this question, your points go up. Answer this question, your points slowly go up, but you answer one question wrong and they go boom. And so she gets frustrated.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it sucks because,
I would be terrible at it.
Oh, it's terrible. And she gets so frustrated with it. And so she stops. And so she's got like all these 28s out of 100. I'm like, yeah, that's not how we play in this house. That's just not happening. And boy, I'm the meanest mom alive. And why am I always picking on her? And it's all week. It's been like, so I don't know. I got on that tangent.
I laugh because I smile. Only because I'm retired from teaching teenage girls for 30 years. I didn't have them in the house.
So, all right. So
my son had an awakening with 2 teenage girls in the house. God. He goes, I swear to God, she came out and hissed at us and went back in the room.
I mean, my husband's like, well, what has she been doing? I'm like, I don't know. She's upstairs. She comes down for food. Like, and then I have to kind of go, do you have my silverware in there? Oh God, your room. So anyway, enough about that fun. So this weekend, I thought I would relax with a project. We'll just fill you in on those details. So it's challenging when you own a shop because it's very rare that you knit stuff for yourself. You're always going, all right, well, I'm going to knit this for the shop to show this yarn or demonstrate this class or something that. But I do try to make, and I try to go with, smaller sizes just because I don't want to, I'm a tiny shop and I'm trying to like stay afloat and pay my new, I'm moving up, expanding. I'm taking the other side and it's, so we're trying to, stay on top of it and come up with new ways to bring in new people and it's constant. So I was like, this weekend, I'm like, all right, well, I got these really cute kits in and I haven't had a chance yet to make one to sell it. And so this kit here is called Snowfolk. And there is this little there's 3 different snow women. They say that they're sitting around in a knitting group and they're making them. So I'm like, well, it says easy. And I'm like, all right, it's worsted. Everything's in here except your needles, and I like to use stitch markers. And
there's plenty in the kits.
Plenty of space. Plenty of space. I only made 1 of them, but you can make 3 of these little things out of it. So I was like, all right, well, my husband had plans. So I was like, all right, I can just sit and actually spend a few minutes. And Judy was helping me here. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to sit and get this project done. I'm like, all right, it's easy. I mean, I can get this done in no time. I'm a pretty fast knitter. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to follow the pattern because I try to always follow the pattern exactly. Because when I want to teach the class, I want to be able to say, this works, this doesn't work. Like, here's a good thing. Here, you might want to think about this. And if I'm just starting it fresh with everybody else, I can't do that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this. So it says, take out your double pointed needles. So I get size 6 double pointed needles and I'm not making a swatch because it's not something anyone has to wear. So I'm just like, all right, let's go with what they say. So I get them out and I cast on and I hate double points. Double points are very polemic. People love them. or people do not love them. And I've, for the 2 years I've been in the shop, I've never found someone that's like, they're okay. I sometimes use it. No, it's either you love them or you freaking hate them. And I freaking hate them. So I was trying, and I finally was like, "Rah!" Ripped the whole thing to shreds. I was like, "Ah!" So in this process, I was like making fun of myself. So I took pictures of myself along the way to document this god awful thing. So if you follow, if you're subscribed to my emails, you'll usually I try to.
I was making the rounds. Like my friends, my group, the Pearl Girls, were saying, "Did you read Tracy's thing?" I'm like,
So,
yeah.
Well, I was in radio for years, so humor is something I use for, well, pretty much survival at this point in my life. But yeah, so I went with humor to go with this whole thing. So after I finally was like, you know what, I can't do these double points. I took out 2 circular needles that I had, and I went, all right, I'm just going to use.
Started with those.
I know.
Double points almost made me say, those and straight needles almost made me say, I'm not going to.
Well, I love me some straight needles. I just cast this on, and you almost lost an eye with that. Woo!
I just got fuzz out of my head. Got it in my eye.
Yeah, just cast on with this bad layer. Obviously, I'm going to need the longer of these 2. But anyway, so I digress. So I'm like, all right, so I get the double points going, and I start making the bottom, and it's got this kind of weird. Now, P.S. I have to admit, I've started watching this show that I when I taught, we use, it's called La Reina del Sur, the Queen of the South, and it's very telenovela, and it's got all the flash and the beauty and the boobs and high heels and that you can imagine with a Mexican Spain based thing, and it's so addictive. So I'm watching this thing, and I'm like trying to get this done, and so I'm like, what realm am I supposed to ink? Whatever. And so now I've got the bottom, and it's like, I'm like, all right, well, I'll just put a rock in the bottom to keep it so it stands up anyway. So that's okay. That's good. Let's keep going. So I'm increasing, and I'm doing the thing, and I get to the neck, and I'm like, oh, wait, this isn't the top. Oh, crap. Now I got to increase again. So I'm making the top, and then I get to the head, and I'm like trying to shovel the stuff in. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, all right, I got this part done. So I'll show you this part here. All right. So here, I got this part done. All right. And I'm like, all right, it's not perfect, but it's just a sample. And I'm not giving it to anybody. And I got my rock in the bottom here, so it stands up. All right. So now I'm going to cast on. So they have you cast on here, this little purple top, and then they have you, do your increases, and then they start your color work. Well, again, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this gonna, oh my God. Oh my God. Now they're taking this person. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're all gonna die. And so I'm like, oh crap. So I'm supposed to pay close attention, but now I've stopped paying close attention. And so I've gotten off on all my colors. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. We're just gonna keep it going. So I start going down, and I get to the bottom, and and then I'm like, am I supposed to do purple here? I'm just gonna do purple here. And then I cord bottom, blah, 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 blah. I knit the top. And so now I'm tired. And so I'm trying to get the top right. And I didn't pay attention enough. And so I was just like, whatever. so I got that done. I still haven't even woven in the ends yet. All right. So now I'm like, okay, well, I've got my little girl, and I'm going to start to stitch in the eyes. And they're like, all right, I'll just do a little French knot. Well, French knot sounds so easy until it's not. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to wrap the yarn, poke it back through. And when I'm poking it back through, it's pulling the yarn back in. And then I'm trying to pull it back out, and it's black yarn. So it's showing through the white. And I'm like, oh my God. So she got her face, and she got a mouth, and then screw the buttons, people. Screw those buttons. Screw those buttons. They're not happening here.
Use a Sharpie.
It's just like, forget it. So, and as my husband always says, I thought knitting was supposed to be relaxing. I'm like, shut up, it is relaxing. Don't it look so relaxed? So anyway, easy? No, not easy. Easy to me would be something that would be, quick knit and purl and call it a day. But this is, I think, more intermediate, especially it's got a little color work in it. And if you do the color work right.
I never thought color work was considered easy.
No, I don't think any of these is, because it's increases,
maybe
it's decreases,
it's stripes.
You got to pick. No, this was all counting, and there's all increases here to get the cape to come out, because you start at the top here, then you've got to pick up the stitches here. Is this a hard project? No, it's definitely, there are a few moments when I was, and it's my own doing, because I was watching the show and not paying attention to what I was supposed to do. Here she is over here. So anyways, the kits, after I sent this email, the kits immediately sold out. So I appreciate everybody understanding that
prove you wrong.
that I go for the laugh, you
like
know,
my Amazon reviews. Oh, I did this in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Put the bed together.
Oh, good for you. Yay.
My 2-year-old daughter and I did it.
Yeah. So this is not an impossible task. And again, I go for the laugh. So I always try to over exaggerate. Hyperbole works for me and I'm fine with it. I'm sticking with it. But so that is a project that if you wanted to give to somebody, you know, ahead of time. So get this started and then give these cute little guys, girls, because there's no folk. There's no folk. So that way we are not Snowfolk is what the name of this is here on my side. And I've got several kits. So if you'd like those, let me know. The other one that we got, and Judy was the one that made this beauty, which also said easy. And I just don't find any of this pattern easy.
Wasn't because they did a weird heel.
This is holiday stockings.
Charts, you got to look at the charts for the colors because the colors weren't right. But other than that, it did go together pretty.
It comes with Rico Baby, which is really soft.
It is. It's soft. It's gorgeous.
Really, really soft. This was Uptown worsted weight. You know, not remarkable. It's just a basic solid yarn. So that's what this is. But Rico Baby, super soft.
I think anything with any sock that makes it, I mean, stocking, Christmas stocking,
right.
not
fitted sock.
Once you get to the heel, you got to remember to rearrange all your stitches, because if you don't, you know, you go to here and you do your heel's going to be back here and you don't hang your stocking like that.
Right.
So that doesn't show. So you got to remember that you got to get the heel to the side,
right,
and then you leave it to do the toe. Now the toe decrease was the way I've done the toes all along.
Right.
And then it said, this is an afterthought heel. And I'm like, okay, I'll do the afterthought heel. But they had you do the afterthought heel.
What is the afterthought? Do you pick up the stitches later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You like put I'm going to say like a lifeline and a lifeline, and then you pick them up.
Gotcha.
So you have this gaping hole. But, and it's not hard. I've done them. They're very easy. Some people swear by them. I always do the short row heels. But they had you do the decrease the same way you did the toe. And I've never done that. But I figured I'm just going to do it because it's a
project. We're following the rules.
And, you know, I didn't like how they had you do this because, see, this is already pulling loose right there.
Yeah.
The way we did the heron stocking where that you started as an I cord and then you pick up the stitches and add on. I really liked it that way. This was the best way ever to do your loop here. You start with this. Mm-hmm. And then you pick up your stitches and go around. So this becomes an integral part of
your pattern.
This is an afterthought. And I didn't.
The whole thing had an afterthought heel, an afterthought toe, and an afterthought little hooky thing.
And I have an afterthought about it. I won't make another one.
She's got some afterthoughts and she'll share them with you. There are 2 different stockings and there are there's plenty of yarn to do those 2 stockings. So this is one of the 2 patterns. The other one, it's hard to see here, but it kind of looks like I'm thinking trees.
Yeah. And that one was cute too.
Yeah. This is really, really cute. So again, I've got all these on my website, shrimpandknits.com. You just look this one up and it says holiday stockings. So these are fun. Those are definitely things that you could be, working on. So we do have this class. This one is called the Blue Heron stocking.
That has been so popular in this shop.
So popular. And the yarn is, we just used vintage, which is a great solid yarn. It's Berroco yarn. It's got good staying power. It shows your stitches absolutely beautifully. This is Judy.
It's the perfect weight for a Christmas stocking.
It really is beautiful. And Judy, this is all Judy. Judy's my color work woman where I can do color work, but she loves it. I'm more like cables and lacy work myself. But so this is something here we can, if you buy the stuff for it in my shop, I will give you the pattern for free. So this is a great stocking. And again, there's plenty of time now to get this done to hang on your holiday, because who doesn't want the beach?
If you can do color work, it goes fast. It really does.
Yeah. And you know what?
Unless you forget that this has got to go to the side. And I started it and I went, oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I ripped it out.
Yeah.
Did it again. It was beautiful.
Yep.
Just absolutely. I had it on the wrong side. It was over here.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oops.
Oh, that's not going to look good to have the heel over here and him facing the heel.
Yeah.
So the third time it was just.
The third time it was so easy. The third time around, huh?
Like, oh, okay. I've got Christmas stockings down now.
Yeah. Perfect. So again, blue heron stocking, that is great. I mean, you can adjust it for New England. We did it for these colors down here. And of course, blue and green are always my go-to. I don't know why that's always my color of choice.
I gravitate towards it too.
So again, if you're looking for some different presents and you've got littles. So where we live, we have a lot of grandparents coming in now or future grandparents. And Judy has done 3 different levels of knitting for baby sweaters. And I've made this one as well. So this one is called the French macaroon sweater. We made this with Pima Soft, and it just takes 2 white and 2 pink skeins.
It is so popular.
It's so popular. It is absolutely easy. Okay. The French macaroon sweater. I even feel like the pattern is free, but don't 100% quote me on that. I feel like
I did it for a baby gift too.
Yeah.
And then I did it in a pink one for you. I did blue for Amelia's baby.
But look at how cute with this little stripey on the arm. It's absolutely adorable. And so the beauty of this is it's just a knit stitch. You never have to purl. So if you're one of those that like, I hate the purl. Okay, this is a great beginner sweater. And it's little. So you can get it done in a time and learn all the basics of how to make a sweater. And so this is a great project to start on. And again, if you start with any of these, I'll be very happy to help you with any of these steps throughout this project. You can make it so it has a button. I have never gotten around to sewing.
It on the baby gift, but for this one,
haven't gotten around to sewing. I haven't done it yet.
And you know what? You can do it without the button.
You can absolutely make the front twice because you stitch the whole thing up. So it comes together here. You just bind up here, bind them together. Is it a 3-needle bind off?
Yep.
Yeah, 3-needle bind off for the top. Very easy. It seems like it's difficult, but everybody loves this sweater.
It's a little daunting because the pattern comes as a chart, like a spreadsheet.
It's a weird looking pattern.
So you have to find your size and then go down. And when I got to this part here where you add the and it's like I don't understand. And my friend Norma, who had done it, she goes, just trust it.
You got to trust the pattern. That's what I got to trust the pattern.
And she goes, actually, don't read ahead. Just do one row at a time.
She's right, because if you read ahead, you're like, what is this asking? Like, this is so weird.
And I thought I'd be like they tell you to read everything before you start. I'm like, I don't get it. And so she says, no, just trust it and go.
Yep.
So.
And the one part here is when you get to this, where you're changing the color, you have to add stitches on. But you just did a backwards loop, right?
I did backward loop.
Backward loop, which is super easy. They call for a cable cast on, which is not a difficult cast on. There's a bunch of different cast ons that you can do. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And if you get it, so, sometimes there's a little hole in the back. You just sew that up. What is the baby going to complain?
Well, that's what I suggested once I did, like when I did this one, the first one I did, and then this was the second. When you go to change your color, here's the trick. Leave a big long strand. Then you've got enough of that color to stitch up the seam. And same thing here.
Yep.
You've got enough so that you don't have to add another one to
weave in at the end. So this is a great fast project. It works up really beautifully. So we've got this one. The second level, I think this one which one do you think is the next easiest? This one?
This one I would go with this one because it was top down.
This one's called the Little Dreamer Sweater. Judy made this one too. It's top down. So you work from there, and then you work your color work comes up pretty quickly, but it's a good chart. It's an easy chart.
Very easy
to follow.
Very few directions. The only thing I did was I read through. Sometimes when you go to Ravelry and you read the comments, they make sense from other people.
Right.
And other people said they did not put the they did not start with the ribbed neck. They used a provisional and
then
started
added
here. Yeah, because if you look, I did shaping. And they said if you do the shaping there, it works so much better than you do it later on.
Gotcha.
So you read what other people said that have already done it, and you look at the picture and I go, yeah, I like that. So if you look, you see here it starts the little dirty birdie feet right away.
I think it's called the star pattern, but it's not the dirty
birdie
feet.
And in the back, you can see there's more room here. I did the shaping right away, like they said. Then I came back and added at the end, and it worked perfect.
Well, and as always, and I know we've probably said this before, is when you are working with anything, especially fitted items and garments like that, always check Ravelry and check the specific pattern, because if there's a mistake, it will tell you. It's called errata, ERRATA. It sounds like I'm speaking like,
I scared that one customer
only fans site here, but it's not. It just is going to give you, hey, there's a mistake on row, blah, blah, blah. And then you can go ahead of time. So that way you're not going backwards and going, what is wrong with this? And then you go, oh, there was a mistake in the pattern. Just get it out of the way. Write it on your pattern.
That's the other thing I did on that was different.
Yeah.
I just did what that one woman said, and I said, oh, it made sense.
But again, you can make a pattern your own too. It's a guide. It's a guide really more than anything.
And this, did I do it on this one? I did not. I was thinking I did. Sometimes when you add, no, I didn't, so never mind.
Never mind. So there's this one. And the third one is called Lille, Lille, Lars. And this one just is just a sweet. She did one in, a little more masculine colors, I think. But
I love those two colors.
I do
together.
too.
I wasn't sure.
I do too. And so what were you saying about the sleeves?
Well, same thing. I was just doing it for the shop, so I didn't really pay attention to gauge. I just used the Berroco, and it was getting close to what I had. I thought the sleeves ran small.
Okay.
For following the directions. So if
they do seem a little bit tight for the length.
Yeah, and I still added. Well, it hasn't really been blocked either. Yeah, I did. I blocked it. I take it back.
I was going to say, I thought you did.
I did. I beat it. And
beat the daylights out of the thing.
I'll tell you how I used the Cocoa Knits thing too.
Ooh.
And it's an idea for you to do. Yeah, because you just have to come up and you have to start up here so that you get this going, and then doing the decreasing. So I even added some length.
Yeah.
And I think if I would do it again, because this is the smallest size, I would go up a size
in your needles.
Just up a size in the sleeve.
Oh.
To make it, and there's supposed to be a button here and a loop. And I went, yeah, it's for the shop. I don't care. And if she wants that, she can do it.
I don't care. Not doing that.
Well, it was crocheted. I thought, oh, well, if it's a little I-cord, I'll do it.
It's a little chain.
No,
Take 2
crochet
seconds.
and chain. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, it was cute. It was a very easy.
I think you made that one in like 4 minutes.
I would say.
She's like, listen, I got to the shop early, so I whipped this out.
This is bottom up.
Oh, okay.
That's why. This is bottom up.
Yeah.
And I say this might be a little harder, but if you're trying color work, this is an easier pattern than that one was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came out so cute. I'm just sorry the men in my life are grown and can't.
They could fit an arm into that.
I don't even think they could do that. Have you seen the men in my life? Have you?
She got some burly men in her life there.
Yeah, like this would fit the fireman. Maybe his dog. They wouldn't even fit his dog.
And then some other. So we've got these 3. If you want to just tackle a beginner, a sweater, we've got all these 3 levels.
We're here to help.
Yeah, so we've got all 3. We're actually got a class where you can pick the sweater you want to work with, and we'll get you squared away on it. So that is available.
Like you told the one lady, because she came in and she was going to do timber,
mm-hmm.
and she was all excited. But she's never knitted before. She goes, I can't wait to learn to knit. And we went, it's a good thing she said that, because we were both sitting here and we went, oh.
Yeah, no.
So like I said, start.
Yeah.
Learn to knit with Tracy in December. Then in January,
the December class is booked.
Once you get going,
yeah.
You understand knit and purl, do a baby sweater. Even if you don't have anybody to give it to.
Right.
Do a baby sweater.
Donate it.
Because I said it will teach you all the basics of how to put a sweater together, the construction of a sweater. You understand all that. You don't have $600 in yarn because she wanted it in cashmere. Yeah. You haven't spent all this money on yarn that you realize I don't like sweaters. And she actually thanked us for that.
Yeah.
She said, thank you for that piece of advice. Because then I said, by February, you're good to go. We'll get you on a sweater that you can wear by May when it's 97 degrees.
When you're ready. So we had I digress, as I tend to do.
Once in a while.
So we were featured in Local Life magazine, and so this is our local Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort, this area magazine, and so here is the notice that apparently my imposter Tracy Wilson is teaching this class.
Did you say Wilson?
Tracy Wilson's going to be
I
teaching
didn't
this
even
class.
see that one. I thought I was looking at the other one.
So,
about your space.
but that one is booked up as far as beginner knitting. I do have a January class, and we do have beginner crochet. I think there is maybe 2 spots left in beginner crochet. That's for December. So we've got those classes still. But I was really excited because here I pulled this out to be able to show. But they did talk about creative spaces. This was the creative time, and here's me.
I thought this was your space.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, she's been holding out on me. That looks so much better than because mine. I have a big table where I'm cutting fabric because I sew for people.
Yeah.
And then I've got bins like behind you.
Yeah.
Full of yarn. I've got 2 sewing machines set up, and it doesn't. And then
I'll pretend like this is mine.
15
yes.
cushions.
Oh my God, look at all my sewing I do.
I've got to cover for somebody.
So no, this is not my space. This is my space down here. It's just a chair, and it's just got the sweater that I'm working on in there. The sweater that's been in timeout.
Is this really somebody's space, or is it the stock photo?
You know what? I don't know.
I
I
think
imagine it's someone's
photo.
stock photo, or
It's
someone
too
got.
neat to put together.
Someone put. Look at how pretty all the yarn is over there. Yeah, this is lovely. It's not mine, but I'll take claim to it.
We had a speaker at our craft club last year who was about organization. And she said, this is all the space you need for your yarn. You don't need to have a lot of yarn laid around. And we went, oh yeah, but she's not really
a knitter. Yeah, she's not a knitter or a crocheter.
You can organize my library, but you cannot organize my
right. You are not touching that. So
and that's one of the first things I did, removed it. Because I kept saying to her, I got to get my room set up. And this room has hardwood floors. It does not have carpeting. It's so nice.
It is.
Every time I finish a day of
you're going to have rolling dust bunnies.
I know. I can it's like I work in a hair salon. Let's just sweep.
Oh my God, I have rolling dust bunnies because when people they buy something that's in a hank like this, and they want me to wind it into a cake, which is more like this style. It just so I'm constantly cleaning the section, and it's always rolling.
But see, you can just
tumbleweeds.
I just get out the broom now. I feel like I work in a beauty salon. Let me just sweep up that hair.
I know. I need to get that little suck it thing, and the hair goes up into it. So all the fibers. So I'm not always like under my contacts trying to get all that stuff out.
Yeah, I did have a good piece of fuzz yesterday. I couldn't get rid
of. Oh my God. Yeah. They're always underneath my contacts.
But it's a lot nicer. My God, my room is so much easier to clean.
Oh God. Yeah. So, all right. I know we've talked about this, but this is the sweater.
You gotta see it done.
This is the sweater top that I made for my daughter. And I couldn't find a pattern I liked. So I just kind of winged it. What I did was I took my knowledge of how to do a raglan increase here, which you can't see. So it doesn't really matter that's a raglan, but at least I knew how to form the sleeves.
But it makes a nice pattern. You can see how it comes up and it curves that way then. So much cuter than if you've done it straight across.
So I did that increase. You can't really see it. And what I did was for these, and again, this is not something you can see, but I did up close. I did 2 rows back and forth, just, stockinette style with these palettes. And then one,
and it really is soft.
Iteration. It's really soft.
It does not feel like your normal sequin.
No, it's not scratchy and
Why
hard
couldn't
and harsh.
My majorette costume
or my prom dress when I was rubbed raw
in college had been this soft.
Yeah, this is super soft, so it's definitely not like that. And then I did a row marling these 2 together. So I've got this one, which is from Lang. Okay, and they have other colors too. I just went with black for the shop to see if it sells, because craft yarn is tough. People tend not to come and look at crafty yarn. So that's why I wanted to make something that's like not just, something like a little gnome hat. So I wanted to make this. And then I marled it with this one, which this one is Urth yarns again. This is their Harvest, and it's fingering weight. Harvest is really cool because it is made with plants. So what they use is all what they harvest for their dye. So this is very natural, but it's also machine washable. So,
and it's a very nice feel and weight for a top like this. It's not going to stretch a whole lot.
No.
It holds its shape. It feels good on. It feels like a high-end store-bought sweater. It does with that kind of.
But I do have to say that I've been knitting since I was in my 20s, so just a few years, clearly.
Just a week ago.
I just began. I mean, I'm 27, so I just started. I've not dropped so many stitches as in this. Every time you looked around, I had a little thing picking up the stitches because it was,
they were added decorations.
there. It's lovely. It was extra bling. I made this. It's very bougie. Because I knit at night, and my husband, I think, may have been a bat in a past life because he hates lights on it. Apparently, they are very offensive to him. So I literally have a mining helmet hat light that I use to knit so I can see. And with this dark yarn, it was very easy to just, when you're going along, you're like, it's stockinette. This is so easy. I'm just knitting, because it was all in the round, and I dropped a ton of stitches. So that is definitely a caveat with this. If I dropped them, who could tell? But when you get down here,
that big gape hole in the
don't worry about the gaping hole. It's fine. Okay, that's you know what? It's fine. That's supposed to be there.
Button on it.
It's supposed to be there. Okay, that's the extra bling. But anyway, so this one again, this was just kind of like and I wanted the little cap kind of sleeves. My daughter's like 100 pounds. So this little narrow thing on her, I did no shaping because, again, I just was like, it's for my 16-year-old. She'll figure it out.
It looks cute on
It
her.
really fits her beautifully. And that was all because of like, just measured and went. She loves it. She loves it. So I did this in exchange. I made her a vest. I don't know, in the summer. When did I make that vest? Last year? I don't remember. But I made her a vest, and she wanted that one.
Vest.
Yeah, the aura.
Summer.
With the aura, I made that, and she wanted to take the vest so she could wear it to school. So this was okay, well, I'll put this up at the shop now for the holidays. So if you need something with a little extra bling, a little extra sparkle, you don't want to break the bank, this is really good. And if you work it with another yarn that works to your liking, the only thing is you can always see where my dog has been with all of the black.
Looks like Maggie.
Yeah. So
everything becomes a tweed.
Yep. So everything looks like, there's holes in it because of this black. It's not a hole, but so those are definitely some projects. This one, because it was like on size 3s needles, it took a lot longer because it's little with fingering. Yeah, so those are a few ideas that we have and things that we've got going on. Coming up in Old Town Bluffton, we'll have to see if we want to be around at the shop, because we've got some fun events in downtown. There is a holiday art walk that is for November 17th, which is coming up.
We won't be able to be open.
Oh, no, I'm away.
No, you're not. We're at Lena's Play. That's
next Friday. Scrap that. I'm not going to be
Friday.
here. My God, what is wrong
so
with
many
my
of us
dog?
want to go see it. She had to rent out the whole theater.
So forget that. So we're going to go see Lena's Play. That's all next week. So I've got Wednesday through Sunday of everyday play. But there is November 30th will be, So there is a jingle stroll through Old Town Bluffton. So we'll be back for that. So we'll have to make sure that we're here. And I'll just have to have you come in a little early that day.
7.
Yeah, 3 to 7. I'll have you come in a little early that day.
I've got that. I still got your sign in back into my car too. So we'll stick it out there.
Perfect. There is a Christmas tree lighting in Old Town Bluffton and the parade. So, and a menorah lighting ceremony. So we've got several events down in Old Town. If you are wandering around Old Town Bluffton, come check us out. It's going to be the last month that I'm only a baby shop, because I'm growing to be a big girl shop in January, where I take over the space that I rent from right now. I sublet half of the salon, and now I'm going to be taking over his half as well, and get to make it fancy. I've ordered some fun stuff.
It's for Ralphie. I'm really not scratching my leg. It's Ralphie.
Lies.
She's
got
wanting
fleas.
me to pet him.
She's got fleas. Yeah, he's scratching me like, why aren't you paying attention to me? You've just been babbling for an hour. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Again, so if these are things that you're working on, trying to get some gifts out for your friends that are fiber enthusiasts. I know I always feature knitting. That's because I really don't know how to crochet. I can get the basics done, but my crocheter, who I just adored, she moved back to Atlanta. So unfortunately, I've lost her. But we found a woman I have to reach out to, because I'm just so darn busy right now. I can't even breathe.
She came into the shop one day when I was working, and the stuff she showed me was beautiful.
Oh, you know what I meant to mention, we have these holiday stitch markers, and they're super cute. So they have all different types of holiday bling. If you're looking for something that's a little gift exchange, we've got those here. We've got lights. We've got candy canes. We've got different types of snowflakes. These are super cute with the candy canes here. We've got some that are, these are snowmen and stockings and things like that. Hanukkah. And we've got these Hanukkah stitch markers, so the menorah and those types of things. So, yeah, these are things that would be awesome to give. Again, if you're looking for a quick, simple gift exchange.
You know what? That makes a cute pin.
That's
With
yeah. If you're looking for a shawl pin,
yeah, that makes a cute.
That's
pin.
a cute
Just
little
put them on there like
little
that.
bling, little bling bling. So we've got those, and there's also other cute gifts that you can give. This is a big seller at the holidays. It is a little sheep. Okay, so I have 2 sheep. I have this one, and so this one is the male sheep, and oh no, here he is with nothing in him. And then I have the other one is the little girl sheep. They're Ba. And so what these are just kind of tools to help keep your crap safe. So in this one here, I keep everything on the table at the shop. So when people come in, if a stitch gets dropped, I've got crochet hooks in here. I've got a couple cable needles. I got my scissors. I've got if you need to sew in a loose end, I've got these things here available. But it is a great thing because mostly my jerk dogs like to jump all over my knitting and think they're very helpful, and they end up dropping all of my stuff into the couch. So this is a good way to keep those extra little things so that they don't fall down into the cracks of the couch. She's really cute because, and she could be for also, someone that sews, because she holds at the end here scissors. So you can put a pair of scissors in and they won't go missing.
I'm constantly hunting for my scissors. And then I lean over and I feel this sharp poke in my thigh. Oh, I left it on the couch.
Found them. So those attached for her. And she's got a little pocket here that you can put stuff in. And she's got little pockets in her apron. So if you want to put stitch markers or, just a few little needles or something like that, we've got her. Babs, I think is her name. I don't know my daughter named her. She's took one of these and his name is Albert. So we've got that. So those are cute little things. There's always great things too for gift exchanges. You can do, like we said, stitch markers. You can do different. Here is a little, and this guy gets used a lot, which is why he's a little bit.
He's
worse.
He's
worse
well
for the wear. He is very loved. It is a measuring tape, and boy, do we use this thing for all different kinds of things to see how much further you need to go. If it's a measurement to measure to determine what size you might need to be for, choosing the right size for the sweater.
People pull it out and they go, "How? We press this button." Oh,
yeah. So yeah, and the back is how you put the thing in. We've got ones that look like little sock monkeys. We've got this guy here in gray, white, and black, and a sock monkey. So these are good. There's all different types of a good Eucalyptus pack would be a nice thing that we've got this. If you're going to block your products and you want it to smell nice and it's no rinse, and it really makes a difference in your project.
Yep. And those are fun little things because I did that one year. It was like a group of 6 of us, and we did a thing called it's a takeoff. You can find it on Pinterest. It's called My Favorite Things, and you buy 6 of one thing, and they had to be knitting related. And we said keep it under $10. So like your cable cords or whatever.
Yep.
And everybody came in, and I had a basket for each of them with their name on it. So after we ate, we talked about, this is my thing, that my favorite thing to use in knitting. And then it got passed around. Everybody put one in their basket. So then when they left at the end of the night, instead of doing a gift exchange where they went, what am I going to do with this? They went home with a basket of cute little things, like a tea bag holder for your tea while you were knitting, and the little cable stitches. And, and I gave everybody one of the sample sizes of the Eucalyptus to put in. And it was really cute. It was a really cute thing to do. You don't want to make it too big because you got to buy one for everyone. Yeah. So I had like 6 people, I think. It was fun. Yeah. It's called just do it. Look it up on Pinterest. They're called My Favorite Things parties. If you're looking for something different for the holidays with your group of friends.
Well, I love when we all came to your house and you had a salad party, and so everyone just brought dump. Oh my God, it was great. Everyone just brought a couple of things. So, and then at the end, everyone had these great, robust salads.
Yep. I provided the greens, and then everybody brought a different topping or whatever. So some people brought tomatoes, some brought the different cheeses, some people brought croutons.
I brought grilled chicken.
Yep.
And
then you just lay it out like a smorgasbord, and everybody got their greens, and it was like being at Ruby Tuesdays. Remember Ruby Tuesdays, the great salad bar?
I was thinking the Whole Food salad bar, because the Whole Food salad bar has all kinds of like healthy options to go on top of your salad, but you can also have some.
So I provided the greens and the dressings,
that was fun.
Else, and it was fun.
That was a good time. So those are always good things, and of course a good pair of little scissors everybody can appreciate, especially anyone that deals with yarn, because after a while these crappy scissors stop. working, or they shred your yarn, or everything at the end is.
I don't understand why fabric stores use these
I don't.
fiskars. Because it's like you get maybe 2 cuts
And
of
then-
fabric across, and then it's dull.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know.
Yep. Mine get heavy use here at the shop, so I don't tend to spend a lot of money on these. Are just loops and threads that I have here that I got through my wholesaler. But yeah, but if you get a nice pair of scissors, and we also have the kind that fold up, they not
Great for
retractable.
traveling.
Yeah, they're great too. They're retractable. I mean, you know, the ones that kind of and then you put them in. Those are great gifts, but there's a ton of stuff out there. And support your local stores, your local shops. Remember that we've got the Saturday after Thanksgiving coming up is Small Business Saturday. That is a great opportunity for you to support the small shop in your community, your neighborhood. And remember, we always ship. So if you want to send something to a little someone special, I'll be very happy to send it just about anywhere. And let us know, because, you know, the more you help us little guys, you know, and
The more she can add.
the more fun
yarn
stuff
she
that
can
I
buy.
can add. I'm so excited. So, yeah, I know we're going to look at a few new lines. Judy and I have been kind of scoping out some good stuff. So we do have some wonderful
I'm
things.
so excited. And Cindy's so excited about the one.
Yeah.
She's
So
like, I've been wanting to try that.
yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff coming up in the near future. But we thank you as always for your support and for sticking with me here on our little babble that we do every other Friday. And you know, thank you for being part of our family here.
No, we won't do it in 2 weeks because that'll be Thanksgiving week.
We won't do it in 2 weeks, but we'll be back here someday.
The week after.
Hey, yeah, the week after. We'll see. I get into finals soon, so I might be a little like, but
More so than usual.
no, I mean, no more so than usual. It just shifts. It's just how it rolls. But anyway, if you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button down below. You can subscribe and share. Sharing is caring, people. Sharing is caring, and that's what the season is for. Okay, the season is for getting my name out there for me for free. That's how. Oh wait, that's probably
Well,
not.
you know,
That's probably not the point of the season. But
That way you can do it bathroom walls,
Mhm.
the post office, a big
There's-
mug shot, you
Mhm.
know.
or whatever
There's
it
a
is.
lot of ways to get her name out
Sometimes
there.
negative publicity is still good publicity, people. It's all getting the name out. Okay, so don't judge.
Bathroom walls work great.
Thank you so much. Have a great few weeks. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you spend some time with friends and
Good
family
turkey
and
day.
loved ones. And we're here for you whenever you have some questions or you want us to share some ridiculous story. We got you here at Low Country Shrimp and Knits. This is Irreverent Knits. I'm Tracy. And Judy. Take care. Thanks, guys.